All right, Coach. 3 days of practice, first day of full pads. What does the team look like so far?
Well, we're not quite full yet. We still we haven't put on our bottoms yet, but they look good. You know, we're starting to hit a little bit of a fatigue factor now. We've gone through 3 practices with one group, and you know the heat's been out, so we're starting to feel a little bit of dead legs. And now comes the mental part. Can they think when they're tired? And that's all part of camp. It's making those guys understand that it's critical to think when you're tired and keep pushing yourself when you don't feel like you can go anymore.
And these guys have been doing a lot of preseason working out during the summer and whatnot. So, but when they put on the helmets, it's kind of different, especially when they're outside. So, are these guys in shape? I guess is my question.
Yeah, we're in great shape. I mean, I don't think our guys could go through what we put them through in the first 3 days if they weren't in good shape. But when you start adding the mental factor into it of thinking what is your assignment, getting to the football, and when you come out here and you work out, you're usually out here for about an hour. We're out here for about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, pushing themselves, running to the football, running routes with the helmets, with the shoulder pads, and having to think, what is my assignment, what do I need to do on every single snap. When you add that in there, there's a little bit more of a fatigue factor that sets in.
Now, you guys, and you don't look into this stuff, but preseason #1, what are your thoughts on that?
It doesn't mean a whole bunch, you know, because the people that vote never came and watched us in spring practice, so we don't take a lot of stock in it. You know, we would rather be #1 in November. And you know, I heard one of our players say the other day, and it's true. They don't give trophies away in August, and you make your trophies in August, but they don't give them away. So we don't put a whole lot of stock in it. You know, we're just going to have to go out and play one game at a time, and hopefully we stay healthy and we can win all the games that we need to.
Last season did end on a sour note for you guys, just missing the playoffs. So what's the difference between that team and the one you bring into this year?
Well, I think we got a little bit more leadership, especially with our offensive line. We've got 5 seniors that have played a lot of football for us up there, so they're bringing a lot of leadership. We got some key leadership roles on defense, and I think just the experience that we took away from those 3 games last year, I think that's going to help us to know how to finish, know what it takes to prepare each and every week to not let that happen again.
What do you think quarterback situation right now? Is Caden going to be the starter?
Yeah, Caden is the starter right now, and it's his job to lose. He's looked very good the first 2 days. He will be in the second practice that we have today, so it'll be interesting to see. This is the first time that we'll do a lot of 11 on 11 with some possibilities of getting hit. So that's when your quarterback, that's when you find out a little bit about your quarterback, when guys will start to come at him and defensive linemen and blitzes and different things like that. So we'll see how he does today, but he's looked good through the first 2 days of practice.
Yeah, the offensive line looks great, but also the defense, I would say the entire defense looks pretty good too. What's your evaluation on them at this point?
Well, we recruit speed, and we've got a lot of speed on defense. We're kind of thin in some positions, especially on the defensive line. We got some young guys that have got to play that have not had a lot of experience, that were redshirted last year. They're going to have to grow up in a hurry. And then same thing in the secondary. We've got 2 new safeties that are going to play for us this year. So you know, those guys are going to be tested early, because they're going to look and say, well, those guys are young, they're inexperienced, and they're going to have some battles pretty early in the season. So it'll be interesting to see how we grow and develop over the next 2.5 weeks.
Now I'm doing a separate story just on impact.